The SYN box is connected to the important loads in the home, the inverter and the grid. Please choose a suitable installation position on a wall, stud frame, or pole. It is recommended to mount the SYN box in a location protected from direct sunlight. To ensure heat dissipation, please maintain at least a 300 mm clearance between the SYN 50XH30 and other objects. Position the mounting bracket against the wall and pole and mark the drilling hole locations. Drill the holes and mount the bracket. Verify that the bracket is firmly attached to the mounting surface. Hang SYN 50XH30 on the bracket. The front panel of the SYN box has LED indicator. Screw for front panel. The bottom of the SYN box has grid wiring port, inverter wiring port, load wiring port, COM wiring port, and waterproof plugs. Please follow the cable size suggestion to prepare suitable cables for the connection of the SYN box. Take out the two screws on the upper cover of the SYN box, open the upper cover, and do not remove the mask inside the machine. Connect the cables from the grid, inverter, and load to the terminals and ground copper bar. Route the two communication cables of A-B twisted pair cable is recommended, and the two box EN cables of EN plus or EN minus through the hole. Connect them to the CNA terminal of the control board. Connect the other end of the cable to the COM terminal of the inverter and tighten the screws. The table lists the corresponding terminal pins. When SYN box fails, it can be manually switched to the mains bypass states. Disconnect the power grid and then disconnect the inverter input breaker as well as load switches on the SYN 50XH30. Turn off the DC switch of the inverter. Turn off the DC switch of the battery. Waiting for a while, and then all the indicators of the inverter, the battery, and the SYN 50XH30 went out. The system is powered off completely. Use a screwdriver to loosen the limit switch screws on the power bypass switch. Slide the firmware to one end of the inverter switch. Tighten the screws on the limit switch. Turn on the power bypass switch and then power on the entire system.